This thing's been recording for a minute and a half, hasn't it?
Ah, lovely.
Yeah.
Prick.
I know, yeah.
You got some of the raw stuff in there.
Yeah, I know.
No, it didn't get to the part where we were kissing around like that.
No. They left the tongue out. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I am sitting down with a very special guest in a very, very special place. Sitting down with Mr. Deals, aka Skits and Giggles, aka Robbie Somers. Give that round of applause.
Welcome to the doghouse.
Welcome to the doghouse. What's the crack?
Hey, Carl, nice to get you into my happy place.
Oh man, this place is unbelievable. This place is.
It's called the doghouse because I always feel like I'm in the doghouse. You know,
yeah.
When I'm out having a bit of crack and whatever.
And when did you build this?
I've been doing it for about 4 years. I bought the house. When I bought the house originally, I bought it with the intention of at least going around and saying, look at the potential in the house, we can do this, and pine doors here, and all the time I'm looking past or over the shoulder out that sitting room window going, yeah, out the kitchen window going, there's a big garden there, I reckon I could get a bar in there, so it was always my thing when I moved down to Laytown 22 years ago.
Where were you before Laytown?
I was born and bred in Tala.
Yeah, but were you not down here before?
No, I moved down when I was 15. Oh, no.
Yeah, so it would have been, no, because Donna, Donna would have been...
Yeah, she was only 6.
Oh, yeah, I'm assuming because infant school now. Yes, 20 years ago.
22 years ago. So I remember the first place I came down here was, we went to the Coast Tavern. Mum and Dad brought us to the house first. To see the house. It was grand. I think it was Cathy Taylor was selling the house way back when.
Yeah.
Brought us in. Myself, Donna, my mum and Dad.
Yeah.
Dad's well known around here now, but brought us into the house. We're from Tala, Killinard, and Rob Carr by the door every single night. My bedroom in Tala was looking out over a field where, they were Rob Carr racing.
Yeah.
So we come down to have a look at the house and looking down the bits and pieces, and next thing my mum says to the owner, she says, and what about joyriding? Do you get much joyriding around here? well, she says, would you believe, she says, about a year ago, she says, a joyriding, a Rob Carr came by the house, and I says, a fucking year ago? You want to see how I feel last night? My man went, chop you! So get slapped in the back of the head, and that was, I had to wait in the garden while they finished negotiating the house, Get out there, you're going to cost us an extra 10 grand to bollocks you. So I went down and I looked in the garden, so from the back of that then we went down, my dad liked the drink. Yeah. We went down to the coast to have one or two before hitting the motorway back home, and John Bracken. Was sitting at the bar at the time, and I says, man, can I have €1 for a game pool? And she goes, I'm no fucking money, I'm trying to fucking buy a big house down here. Yeah. And I said, it's okay. And John come down, he says, come on, give you a game of pool. So he gave me a game, and then he gave me another game,
Happy days.
It was brilliant. I was sold from the pub, forgetting about the house. I was sold from the pub.
That was the pub, that was it. El Rancho.
Dad was a great pool player.
Yeah, that was a great pool player.
And when I bought this house, I had bought it with the intention of building this and having a few games with Dad, but never happened. He passed before I got it all finished.
Hell, man.
But that's having one on the wall up there.
Oh, is that your arm up there on the wall?
That was his last ever game of pool.
Oh, fucking hell.
That was a video that I screenshotted and cropped and done it black and white, and then Lisa got it blown up for Father's Day last year.
That's unreal, man. I didn't realise. I was just saying, I thought that was like a picture in the background. I didn't realise it was.
Well, look, if you look really, really closely at it, he had a trachea in his neck for the last year. He couldn't speak.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And you can see the trachea and all. He only had one eye.
That's right. Yeah.
and he was still better pool player than half people.
Them bleeding cowboys down there, much better.
Yeah, so I had built it with the intention of that.
Yeah.
Of having some games of pool with that in here, and it never happened. But look, he's always here now. He was cremated. And
alright.
We've got his ashes and that, so I'd have them in the car. I wear them on my neck sometimes. It's good though, But
you wear them around your neck?
Yeah, I have two things. I obviously wear like a set, or I have a little bullet.
Oh right, I thought you were on the big fucking hair.
Mr. T,
easy hammer. Come on now.
But yeah, and then when I started that Skits and Giggles thing,
Yeah. So what is Skits and Giggles?
So, Skits and Giggles comes from a phrase that my older sister Suzanne used to say to me.
Yeah.
Genuinely, she used to say to me, well, it's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits.
Yeah.
You know, and that was her way of saying it's all, you can laugh until you piss yourself, but then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know? And I said one day, Dad said to me one day, tell us a joke. He was very unwell at the time.
Yeah.
They didn't expect him to last another month.
Yeah.
So so I had recorded a video and I'd sent it to him while he was in hospital because they were limiting family members wherever. And I shared it by chance on the Facebook page and it generated stupid views or whatever. Somebody shared it and somebody else shared it. It went fucking everywhere.
It went viral, yeah.
So on the back of that then, he says to me the next day, send me another video, I need a giggle. And I was bringing him up. So within 2 weeks of me doing it and getting a little bit of attention, because it was helping me with shyness, you know.
Yeah, you're very shy, Robbie.
It was helping me with shyness. So
yeah.
I set up the page, Robbie Somers, Shits and Giggles.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Straight
Can't
up.
say about that. Not using that.
Yeah.
So I went Skits and Giggles. So it was literally, it was done on the basis of making Dad laugh.
Yeah.
You know, I done some with him in the hospital. I done some random ones. I done some in the Chinese with the Chinese fella. Hadn't a clue what I was saying. I was telling him what to say in English. Doesn't speak a word of English.
Yeah.
He's spitting out, you want to fight?
Yeah.
You know, so I was getting a bit of mileage out of that as well. Every day I was sending them on to Dad, and if he liked them, he'd say, put that one on your page. So that's where it became a page. And you know, it helped me through a tough time as well.
I'd say it did,
really
yeah.
did, because I was getting up, and you have to be in good form to try and tell a joke or to have a bit of crack. I'm always in good form. Yeah. Genuinely. It's just, I couldn't, I can't remember many times that I'm in bad form.
Yeah.
To the extent, even when Lisa's fighting me.
Yeah.
Lisa's a great girl. Best thing that ever happened to you, right? But when she's angry, she's fucking angry. So I'll let her go. I'll let her give me hell.
Yeah.
How dare you? And I'll just stand there. I'll just stand and I'll let her just keep coming at me. Keep coming to me. And then when she's finished, I'll go, you are so sexy when you're angry.
That's it, she fucking loves you.
Won't even smile.
The fury.
You are so sexy. Do you want to have some angry sex? Come on. She will laugh and she'll storm out. And then she'll come back about 20 minutes later. I just want to have a fight. Yeah. Fight with me.
Nah, I'm alright.
Do it again.
Well, that's one thing I didn't know about Skits and Giggles, where it came from then. I thought it was literally because I remember the first one went up and it went mad, and I thought, right, you create the page, right, perfect, like you're going to continue this on. I didn't realise it came from Sid, like.
Yeah. So it came from Dad, from Sid, being in hospital.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people that are very close to me will notice in a lot of my videos. So I'll say me.
Yeah.
And me comes from who my best friend passed away when he passed away of cancer 3-4 years ago now. Des Bourne.
Okay, yeah.
His twin brother David. His brother works in Penny's. It's hard to look at David because the two of them are identical twins.
Yeah.
Me and Des, he was Mr. Deals. He was Mr. Deals. No bother. Anything you ask him, listen, we need to go. We need to move the shop over to West Street. No bother. We don't go now. It was the best thing ever. No matter what shop he came to Drogheda with me. He came to Balbriggan with me. He came to Finglas with me.
Yeah.
Anywhere I went, he said, "Get me a transfer. We're going."
My God.
It's brilliant. I go up to the grave as often as I can. He's buried up behind the hospital. The Big C got him as well. So in my videos, you'll hear a lot of me.
Yeah.
So when I throw in me, that's a
reference to him.
That's no matter what you could meet him, good day, bad day, any day. Me, how's things, me?
Yeah.
How's going, me? No matter. That was him. So yeah, that was a little bit of both, you know. But more or less, it was that.
Yeah, and that's a fucking like
mad.
Yeah, that is so mad, like.
You know, so even some of the nurses, you know, like I went in and he had days like that he didn't want to wake.
Yeah.
You know, and I was working in deals in Finglas at the time.
Yeah.
And he was very poorly. And we were all taking turns going over to see him.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the company I work for, Deals, amazing to work for, great to work for, great to me anyway personally. I know a lot of people will always say good things, bad things about company.
Well, that's everyone has different experiences with each company.
I can only be thankful for what they've given me.
Yeah.
While Dad was sick, I was going into work in the morning time, 7 o'clock. I was leaving at 10 o'clock, going over, spending 2 or 3 hours with my dad, bringing him over the Sun newspaper.
Yeah.
Very hard for a Liverpool fan to buy in Sun newspaper for obvious reasons. Not going political or anything like that. We're not talking about page 3 here, but made sure I brought him over his paper every day, spent an hour or two with him, and then back to work for another 2 or 3, 4 hours. So it was the company was very good beyond that on that end of it. So it was hard. Like, it was very hard, but it kept me right.
Yeah.
You know,
you had an outlet.
Yeah.
It was a positive outlet.
Yeah.
And you knew it was helping. It was beneficial to the people you love. Like, you know what I mean? That's the best way.
And it became a thing where the family even got closer because we were having good banter. My brother Keith, brother Michael, both funny guys.
Yeah.
My sisters think they're funny. You know, so no matter what I done, no matter how funny it was, Michael or Keith would go, "That's not great." No. You know, secretly, you know, the breaking the walls in the background.
Yeah,
you know, and that was a bit of a motivation as well. And then I had planned on doing a bit of gigging, and I'd looked at the comedy club and stuff like that. But then he passed in September, and I kind of parked it.
Yeah.
Haven't got fully back into it yet. I've done a few
bits here and there. Yeah, see that.
You know, I will go back.
Yeah, you have to be back when you're right to go back as well. Like,
whole hog. And then I don't want to saturate the market. There's some great guys out there that's doing some great social media comedy and sketches and stuff like that. So you don't want to. Well,
saturate the market. See, this is one thing I was kind of wary about as well, like podcasting and all that sort of stuff. Like, saturating the market is people will come to you for a specific reason. So you're not, like, no one is the same, even though they might do similar things and they might do even the exact same sketch, but you'll do it in a different way.
Yes.
So, you know, like, you tell your stories in a different way than some other people tell their stories. You tell your jokes the way even though it is like, oh, there's loads of people doing this thing now, you're doing it differently. You are your own kind of...
It's the funny fat bloke, isn't it?
The funny fat bloke.
hey, I'm a success story.
Yeah.
I've successfully beaten anorexia. Look at me now. I'm bulimic. I just forget to get sick.
Yeah. Oh, fuck's sake. But, like, Skits and Giggles, did that come before or after Mr. Deals? So if anyone, like, I don't know if you call your friend Mr. Deals, but I consider you Mr. Deals. Like, I remember the little cartoon animatron that was made. The emoji that was made. And it was fucking... I was like, this is the most fucking brilliant marketing thing I've ever seen in my life. This is unreal.
I'm 7 years with Deals.
Yeah.
7... I'll be 8 years next February with Deals. I had a short stint where I left.
Yeah.
And then I got Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, yeah, right.
So I was back within 90 days. I was around the world in 80 days, and I was back again.
Yeah.
As a business, and I'd done a load of skits.
Yeah.
Just genuine skits. You know, I've absolutely. The camera helps me with my shyness. And we have a different product that we promote every week.
Yeah.
For suppliers, we call it Product Focus.
Yeah.
I set up. I think I was in Fonthill at the time. I was running the Fonthill store, and we had a new social media guy, and he says, "Listen, we really need to push this product wherever it may be. It could have been Skittles or whatever it was at the time." Anybody that knows marketing knows that a video will generate 1,000 times more views than a picture.
Yeah.
Because you'll scroll past a picture.
Yeah.
But you'll stop to look at a video, even if it's the first 3 seconds. And first 3 seconds, if you don't grab, you're gone. Yeah. You know, I think at the time it was a Halloween Fright Mix that we were trying to promote. It was an exclusive product to Deals. Yeah. So he says, "Can you do anything in terms of a video?" And I said, "Yeah, why not?" So I pulled out 2 costumes. One was a big gorilla costume outfit that Des had given me a lend of. It was top to toe. It was brilliant. And the only other outfit I had available was a Supergirl outfit with a skirt. Yeah. So I got my mate Paul Dunn. He was my assistant manager at the time. He wouldn't put the skirt on him for some reason. Yeah. But you know, I said, right, I'll do the skirt. So we walked in onto the clip in front of the basket full of these Fright Mix. Him in a gorilla suit and him dragging me in my skirt. That was that's what grabbed the audience nearly. Yeah. I think it was shared by the company. It was shared across the business.
Yeah.
Every Deals in Ireland had shared it at the time, promoting those two products. And on the back of that, then I done another video, and then this guy came up with Mr. Deals.
Mr. Deals coming across.
Sticker, and Glenn was his name, Glenn Brokenshire. Very, very good guy. He's moved on to other things now. So,
yeah.
It was a social media trial thing that we were doing.
Yeah.
And that kind of faded away, but some of the lads still call me Mr.
The
Deals.
Deals,
Yeah. Look, again, I was up at Mr. Price there earlier on today.
Yeah.
In Drogheda. Donna, my sister's working in Mr. Price, so I had to take a selfie in the middle of Mr. Price with the sign behind me going, "That's a shit shop." Because it is.
Yeah.
Deals number one.
There's no place like home, as I say.
Going around knocking things off the shelves.
Yeah. Shit shop.
Yeah. That's damaged.
And is that something that, like, how did you feel when you were labelled that? Like,
you know, it didn't bother me because it was at the same time. It was the same time that. Actually, I was in Fonthill when Dad was.
Yeah.
Fonthill or Finglas. It was the same time that I'd started off the Skits and Giggles page. So, I was not for the attention, to be honest. It's like it was. I was getting on the Deals pages, and the national page had something like 800,000 followers.
Yeah.
So when they were sharing stuff on that, when I was sharing on my own page, I think my own page has a good couple of hundred, if not over 1,000 followers. Then my Instagram somehow managed to link to my Facebook page.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
What happened. So I could have done that. You know, it was just everything kind of was happening at once. So the more Lisa was getting annoyed. We were going out and people were coming over going, "You're that fella, aren't you? You're that."
Yeah.
It's your man over there. You know. Yeah, I was getting a little bit of attention there as well. You know. I was having my shyness.
I know, having your shine,
but it was good. So like all kind of blew up at once.
Yeah.
And from that now, even now, I'm in the Finglas store. Love it.
Yeah.
I've started an apprenticeship in retail in September.
All right.
So level 5 for 2 years, level 6 for 2 years, and then level 7
for a year or whatever.
So that's the plan on there. I do the mental health champion for the area.
Okay.
So I try to motivate the team as best I can. I'd be on different con calls. We would try and set up, like last week or 2 weeks ago was Mental Health Awareness Week.
Yeah.
And I've encouraged everyone to, take a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
At the company's expense, of course.
Yeah.
Well, get a bit of fresh air. Take some photos when you're out at the beach, wherever, just to promote mental health, because mental health is very important,
Especially in the last 8 months or something like.
Go again, probably 13 or 14
13 months, yeah.
So it's been hard for everyone. Like, it's been hard for businesses. It's been hard for everyone, bar the few shops that's been left open, including Deals.
Yeah.
To a lot of people, Deals was a godsend, because it wasn't just a place for to go and get your bits and pieces. Now, granted, Dunn's and Tesco and everyone else was still open, but Deals is the only place you go in for toothpaste and come out with a tent.
Yeah, come out with a tent.
You never know what you got. So people weren't just using it for shopping. They were using it just to get out.
Yeah, wander.
Yeah,
that's what I'd say. Yeah, I used to go into say I'd pop in the drawer or something, because the Deals would be bigger. Like, you'd walk around. That was the one thing I was kind of. There's another question about, was that during lockdowns there was loads of different kind of like different rules for different shops and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I used to go into Deals and it was like everything was there.
Yeah.
And then for like a week everything was clocked off. And I'm like the paint was closed off or something for a week. Like there's a ribbon across. I was like, why? Like what the fuck is going on? Because then a week later it was back again. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Like
we're not going down to politics, but somebody didn't know what they were doing there.
They had their fucking breaks.
I had a case, and again I wasn't going against the law or anything like that.
Yeah.
I had a visit from the guards at the time, and they said, listen, essential retail, we're essential retail.
Yeah.
It's part of your store is not essential. This is like what? She said, like books. I said, so people that are locked at home, they can't do anything, can't read books. She said, what about the paint? I said, people that are locked at home need to do something, need to paint.
Yeah.
We had about 3 or 4 conversations, and she spoke to me about closing off sections of the shop, and I said, absolutely no problem at all. I said, you just bring me back a piece of paper to say that, and I'll close them all off.
Yeah.
She never came back to me.
Yeah.
That was just the way it is. The truth of the matter is that we were very good as a business in following the guidelines.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of money putting floor markers down.
There's floor markers everywhere in the
We were
shop.
one of the first ones to put perspex up.
Yeah.
Supplied all the PPE for all the staff.
Yeah.
We controlled numbers, so Finglas could hold 200 200 customers at a time in the shop, but we only allowed 80.
All right, yeah.
For safety. And
for safety reasons.
You know, it wasn't about money, it was about making sure that people got out, people got what they needed.
They had a good experience.
Put restrictions on certain products so they couldn't. I think people were drinking Zaflora. And Dettol. Do you know, saw two women fighting over a bottle of Dettol one day. You know? I'm standing there egging them on. Go on,
big fun.
That wasn't. And then Zaflora was another one where still, when I moved out of Dublin, I don't think I ever fully lost the accent, but
no, you sound like a fucking a mead man over here, alright.
But if I go back to Dublin, they go fucking bugger.
I have to, man. My girlfriend says this to me the whole time. I don't know what it is. Depending on what mood I'm in, my accent will change. So if I get slightly more angry, if I step into the city centre and I get like it's the thickest Dublin accent that will come out of my mouth. And I'm not from Dublin. Like I was born in England and technically, I lived in Dublin for a couple of months, but lived in Newtown. I was like, where the fuck did this come from? Obviously, my mum's from Ballyfermot and all that sort of stuff. But if I go into Midlands, like if I tip on like in further inland, I would literally sound more like a bogger. They come out like, hey, you're not. Yeah, literally, it just comes out of my mouth. I'm like, I don't know how to control it. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
I had and accents change. Like accents are crazy. Like I had a woman in the shop. I was in Finglas a good few years ago, and it goes to show you how different people from different towns cannot fully understand people. Ireland is so small with so many different accents.
Yeah.
Where I was running the deal Drogheda, and I went up to give a hand in the Finglas shop years and years ago, and I brought Cathy with me, was one of the staff, and this Dublin woman come up there, and Cathy is as Drogheda as they come. Yeah. Lovely woman. And she goes, excuse me, where's the floor? And Cathy says, you what? She goes, where's the floor? She goes, man, I'll show you. One of our policies is customer asks something, you bring them to the product. Cathy brought her over to the fridge and she showed her the floor of butter. It's not the fucking butter, it's the floor, it's the floor, the disinfectant. You know, it was even now when I see Cathy, I go, where's the floor? You know, it's just two different accents in two totally different places. It's just brilliant. It's
actually Drogheda such its own kind of thing. Yeah.
But it's good, like, you know, and then with the mental health thing, back at Dale's, you know, that's just, I'm still a joker, and I'll take the mick out of anyone. I'm currently running the shop that I'm in Finglas, and I'm supporting the opening of the new Ballymun store.
All right, where's the Ballymun store going?
Ballymun.
Where the Ballymun you work at? I know.
The hint was the new Ballymun store.
Clondalkin, Joe. It's going to Clondalkin.
You're going ready. It's going right on Santry Cross there on the underneath the Hamptons apartment blocks.
All right, yeah.
Right on Santry Cross. So when you get to the crossroads, it's going to be right there in your face. So I'm involved in the opening of that, opening around the 12th of June.
Yeah. All
going well. You know, Brexit's having issues with stock and all the rest of that, but it's not as big a problem as people are making out. Every business is having a little bit of issue getting stuff across the water, especially with your man that was driving the boat down the Suez Canal. Yeah. And the only reason I'm supporting the opening of the Ballymun shop is I opened the sword store from scratch. Balbriggan, when we bought over from 99p stores, I converted that to a 99p store. Yeah. I opened Liffey Street from scratch. I redeveloped Finglas, so it was a 4,500 square foot. I redeveloped it up to a 9,500 square foot. I gave a dig out when they were opening Clare Hall, so I've kind of a little bit of... So, like, not just as a media outlet, you are technically Mr. Deals. I like to help out.
Like, and honestly, like...
You know, any of my staff would say, that's any excuse to get out of the bleeding shop.
Yeah, the shop.
You go around looking important and going, no, you can't put that there, you have to put that over there, you know, can't do that, you know, so... Look, it keeps me busy, keeps my mind fresh.
Were you not up in Monaghan? Was it Monaghan you were?
I went to Mullingar.
Mullingar.
Yeah.
Because I remember you saying this to me one day, and I was like, "That's a long fucking trek, that."
Yeah. No. In fairness, and at the time there was some issues in Mullingar, and they asked me to help out, do a favour, and I did. I trained in that loan.
Yeah.
I ran Mullingar for, I think, 3 or 4 months, if even, just through the Christmas period, get them fully set up. At that stage, I was travelling back and forward over to Navan anyway. So what's an extra 40 minutes, you know?
That's grand.
You know, claiming diesel expenses.
Oh, there you go.
Sleeping in the garden, the car. Diesel. But it was good, and then football. Love football.
Yeah.
Football's it's the shit. Do you know?
Yeah.
Irish league football, love it.
You're a big Shamrock Rovers fan.
Loved them.
I never, like I said, we were saying this before you come like, man, it was like how I don't really know. I know like 2 people that are mad crazy into Irish football like that. Like I know that season ticket holders go to every game. One of them is a fella called Craig Ray from Drogheda, who sports Drogheda, and you, Shamrock Rovers, because I see it like something like fucking Facebook, you're twigging it up. You were one of the only people at the Drogheda United game. I
was the only person at the Drogheda United game.
You know what I mean?
So what happened there was I wouldn't say I'm the most knowledgeable League of Ireland fan of season ticket for Rovers.
Yeah.
Bring Daniel's a season ticket for Rovers. Good friend Gary and his son Tristan. We all travel together. We take turns on a Friday night. Love it. Sit behind the goals. We bring the kids to the home games, and then the away games are daddy times. It's grand when it's Dublin because we drive up and down. But sometimes we'd have to go to Limerick and have a sleepover, you know. But it's for the club, you know.
Do you know, like if you have to put yourself through that, I suppose, true fans do. True fans have to do those.
So that's been hard, you know, because not being able to go on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Not being able to do that, you know, it was difficult as well. But yeah, I was at the Rovers game against Drogheda United. I was the only person wearing green in the stadium on the night, and the 95th minute winner went down a tree.
Did it? Yeah, what was the score?
It was 1-0.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
So it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Whereas I was behind the goal. Alan Manus is the Rovers keeper.
Yeah.
Taking the goal kick. Says to him as he's about to kick it, I says, "Here's Alan. The 93rd minute winner go down a tree here."
Yeah.
And he started laughing as he took the kick. Got a free kick on the outside of the box. Ball was whipped in. Danny Mandrew popped her in with the head. It was great goal. It was cracking. I let her roar. I ran around behind the goals. Yeah. I had to be told by one of the stewards to calm the jets.
The only man in Drogheda.
Yeah.
Just running around.
Alan Manus turned around and you boy, you know, it's in a thick Northern accent, which was brilliant. And the only reason I was told to shut up was not because I was in Drogheda United. I was not long out of hospital. I was out there getting my gallbladder removed.
All right.
Unexpectedly, I was in hospital for 12 days, and Tony Kimmins, a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's one of the stewards of Drogheda United. He's the head of the supporters club.
Yeah. I
spoke to the chairman and said, "Look, mate's only out of hospital. He's really, you know, he's a massive Rovers fan. Can we help him out? Can we bring him along as one of our own?" You know, and he was more telling me to shut up and sit down because he was afraid I was putting a bunch of stitch or whatever, you know, ready to drop again. But it was brilliant, I have to say. Now, what a winner! Yeah. What a winner!
We've got 2 very different stories of a similar nature. I used to go to Drogheda United games, so if I was supporting anyone in League of Ireland, it'd be Drogheda. I used to play with Drogheda boys for a year or 2, and like I remember going to Drogheda United games years ago with my cousin, and Gary Rogers was in goal for Drogheda, and I remember going up, standing behind the net.
He's retired now.
He's retired, just retired recently.
He was with Dundalk.
Yeah, he's with Dundalk. Is he a coach somewhere now?
I thought he went up north. I don't think he stayed with Dundalk. I think he's gone up north.
Yeah,
coaching.
He's done some sort of coaching, and I remember Gary Rogers about to take the kick out. I says, "Go on, Gary, hit the strikers," and he turned it just as he was saying, "Fuck you," he says to me. I was about 13 or I just broke me bollocks out. I was like, "Oh yeah, fucking typical."
We're Rovers fans, don't like Rogers.
Yeah.
Big ginger.
You top of the league?
Touchy subject, but that's Sligo.
Who's top of the league then? Sligo?
Yeah.
Sligo are top of the league?
Bit all-red is what they're known as, but yeah, they're having a great season.
What is the story with the Irish? Like, Irish League seems to be that one team has the money every year, one and a half teams have a certain amount of money every year. They do well. And if they're able to keep it, they'll like Dundalk done it for a couple of years.
Yeah. So Dundalk is owned by an American bunch. Rovers is owned by another consortium, but they've got the backing. We've got Dermot Desmond.
Okay, yeah.
Owns part of, and there's an affiliation with Celtic. Rovers Stadium is a county council owned stadium, which is fine. So a lot of the money that comes in, we lease the stadium
off the council.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we've leased that. Dundalk, American owners, they're going through a bit of a tough time at the moment. There's a bit of a shake-up going on there. They've lost quite a few players. A couple of them even went down to Rovers in Gannon and Hoare. Bowes.
Yeah.
Bowes are in the process of trying to get their stadium redeveloped because it's
Dalymount.
poor. Yeah.
Yeah, Dalymount. I remember Dalymount is the one in Phibsborough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just right behind the kind of shop.
Yeah.
I remember.
Behind that.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Empty pockets.
Yeah.
So I think there's a plan there for a redevelopment there.
Yeah.
The shells are back up, doing well. Droghed's doing fantastic.
They're doing, yeah. From what I've seen, they're like fourth.
I think part of the problem with League of Ireland is that Irish people don't give it as much a chance as they should.
Yeah.
In terms of when they're watching players that are playing, that are being paid 20, 30, 40 grand a week, and they're training 6 days a week, and they're going home to their mansions or pools and their masseuses and all of that, and they're watching these players crisp passing left, right and centre.
Yeah.
You know, these boys are doing it 8 hours a day.
Yeah, they have it every
6
single
days
day.
a week. A lot of the League of Ireland players, they're working.
Yeah.
They're not all full time. They're working. They're training 2 or 3 nights a week, and they're doing it on a cold Friday night up in Ballybuffet or over in Tala with the rain, and like it's not like stadiums like in England that are all enclosed and there wouldn't be that big heavy rain. You played football up on the Seafield 100 times in the blistering rain. You know what that cold feels like, you know. So the expectation from Irish supporters watching League of Ireland is, Jesus, the passing is crap.
Yeah.
Passing is actually really good if you get close to it, get into a stadium, feel the atmosphere. And then mics like RTE mics, TV3 mics, they're brutal. They don't pick up any atmosphere until you're stuck in the middle of a crowd singing
away with them and stuff.
Ireland's number one. You know, you'll never.
You do. You see glimpses of it. I remember the Champions League game.
AC Milan.
Was it AC Milan or Tottenham?
Yeah.
Years ago. And this was it in Shamrock? It might have been in Rovers Tala, or it might have been over in London, where you could just see the Shamrock fans just going fucking mental.
I think no. Correct. I could be wrong. You'll have to check this out. On the other, I think Rovers beat them 1-0 or 2-1. And when the Rovers fans went mad, it was after the goal was scored. I've seen the clip somewhere.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. It was worth.
I remember they scored. Yeah, I remember there was a couple of But did you just play Juventus as well?
We played AC Milan last year.
Yeah. And who played Juventus then? What Irish team played it? Because there was just
friendlies.
Was it just friendlies? Was it? I thought it was like Europa League and stuff like that.
Didn't Dundalk think Dundalk might play Juventus?
Dundalk, alright.
But even at that, like Rovers against AC Milan, I think it was 2-1 or 3-1 in Tala. I was watching it on the telly. It was a game of football. It was a proper game of football. I think RTE said it was probably the highest grossed, or highest viewed Irish match for years.
Yeah.
They didn't let the side down.
No. Like, you just 3-1 to AC Milan, it's AC Milan, like, do you know what I mean?
Zlatan scored one,
do you know? To be honest, if I was at the fan, I'd be like, yeah, it'd be nice, like, Zlatan scored, you got to see firsthand something like Zlatan, you're on the shoulder. If he scores, okay, he's world class, like.
But the great thing was, right, the Rovers players came off the pitch disappointed that they didn't beat them.
Yeah, and that's a good mentality to have,
you
I
know,
suppose.
so for that in itself was just, you know, it was brilliant. It's brilliant, and hopefully now the stadium's open in the next week or two, or month or two, get back to...
What's the capacity at Tala Stadium?
Put me on the spot now.
Yeah, there's one big main stand, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's...
It's like Oriel Park.
7,500. There's 3 main stands now.
There's 3 main stands now. All right.
Our season ticket. We're in the south stand at the moment. So you've got the main home stand. It's probably 7,500.
Yeah.
And then there's planning permission gone in for a north stand, which will bring up to 10,000 capacity, and we had to hold music. I think that's what they should be doing. Like, if you're getting the revenue up, like if it's a council-owned thing, like, because I remember going to that stadium. I remember going to, was it Electric Picnic a couple of years ago,
and we had to cycle down to it. And the main kind of where everyone had to meet before they all kind of cycled down to it was down in Tallaght Stadium.
Yeah.
And it was just great. We were out on the pitch, like popped our head in, like we ended up going through the games. Like, it's fucking pretty good, like, because I played on United's pitch, and I played on Oriel Park.
Played in Oriel Park, but only because you could rent it out for an hour.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Oriel Park was AstroTurf when you were playing it? Yeah, it's fucking mad.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, yeah, this is a decent stadium. We should do it up more, because I remember going to Shelbourne's Stadium in Talca Park, going to see Villa and Leeds years and years ago on a friendly. And I thought to myself, like, these are the stadiums that they should be building up for, like, events, concerts.
From a Rovers perspective, and I'll happily say this, and hopefully I'll upset a few Dundalk people, is that Dundalk Stadium has to be the worst stadium in the League of Ireland, genuinely.
A pitch,
No, not the pitch. Pitch be up.
I hate that. I fucking can't stand that.
The way fans end is a corner.
Yeah.
With no canopy on it.
All
When it rains, it rains.
Yeah.
It's at the top of the stadium. There's no shelter. There's no nothing. It's just, it's old and decrepit. For the money that they've made in the last 5 or 6 years.
Last couple of years, you think they would have done it?
They've, what I believe they've reinvested it in terms of like their analysis room and all of that is top notch.
Yeah.
But they've not put anything into the stadium at all. And I think the only reason for that, and I'm sure I read it somewhere, was that the stadium is only leased as opposed to owned. So it's leased, has a 20 or 30 year lease, and so at the end of which the owners hand the stadium back, so they're not willing to
lease up for renewal and all that sort of stuff. What about United Park?
Yeah, United.
Where's the away stand? Is that the far side, or is that the one?
No, the far side is for home fans. When you go in through the gates, there's the big stand to the right. So do you remember to
that's
the
left?
left?
Private stand, isn't it? The kind of one, the sit down thing.
Yeah. So that's the away stand. The far side home stand, and inside underneath the dressing rooms is also home stand. Underneath where the bar used to be. But I think Drogheda United is looking to move stadium and build a stadium up on cross lanes, up above cross lanes, where it's up the far side of the hospital, up behind the hospital further.
Yeah.
And a brand new stadium. But
that was proposed years ago. So I remember when they won the league and they were going there, and I seen the stadium because I remember looking at it going, because this is the time I would have been playing with Drogheda boys, and I thought to myself, Jesus,
there's a future here.
This club's looking fucking great, and then it all fell apart. Like.
I think everything was agreed, and the only thing that's held everything up on it is planning permission on the road.
That's fucking,
it's the road
traffic
to go to. I don't think it's going to stop them from doing it.
Yeah.
But I still think that they'll go ahead and they'll do it, like, eventually.
And as well as an Shamrock Rovers fan, you are a big Liverpool fan. Yeah, like yourself.
You see that hand we got?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's been a hell of a season. For you've got half our friends who are sports fans. Well, one anyway.
Yeah, they're always one.
Friends that United fans, Liverpool fans, you name it. But I see this season as success.
Yeah, I would too.
Absolutely. I think I'm laughing at all of the United fans that are saying that we failed miserably and the worst title defence in history.
We finished 4 points behind them, was it?
5 points behind United, 12 points behind City. But I think that helps their little minds.
Yeah, like
for the simple reason is that when Leicester won the league the year after, they finished 7th.
Yeah.
And when I think City or Chelsea won the league.
City last year. I think last year we finished with 20 points ahead of them.
Yeah. And then when Chelsea won the league under Mourinho, I think they finished something like 10th or 11th.
Yeah.
And that was the year that he walked in.
Yeah.
So for to lose the players that we did.
Yeah. In the year
that we did. And then again going back to fans speak.
Yeah.
The first time we had 10,000 fans back in the stadium.
Yeah.
It was different. You could see it. You could feel the atmosphere.
That last game of the season.
Nat Phillips. Step up.
What do you think of him?
Hard. He's hard.
Isn't he? He's a tough break. It reminds me of I can't say John Terry because he's not as skillful as John Terry, but it's that John Terry-esque where he's just an old British defender.
I think he'd nut his granny to get the ball.
Yeah, he'd knock the box. The thing is, he needs to work on his footwork, his passing game. That's the only thing I think.
The way I see it, right? He has definitely saved Liverpool a minimum of 30 or 40 million.
Yeah, 100%.
Because by having to play him, he's got better and better every single game. Every single game. I think Liverpool's are coming out this week and saying that they won't be taking the option to buy Quebec.
I don't want
that. That was 25 million.
Yeah,
that's saved.
Yeah, I didn't want that.
Now Phillips got that. You know.
Yeah.
Will he ever take Joe Gomez's position? Quite possibly. Gomez is always injured.
He's always injured, isn't he?
He's made of glass. Matip made of glass.
Yeah, Matip's gone. Has to be gone.
Yeah, if he's not, then
I'd be surprised. If him and Kate are still there next season, I'd be very surprised.
If he's not, he's shagging fucking
daughter
or something. Yeah. So I think he saved us a lot of money there. Rumour has it he's that hard that Chuck Norris is after buying a Nat Phillips jersey. He's going around wearing the posters on the wall of Nat Phillips. But yeah, no, he saved us a fortune this year. Towards the end of the season, we really got to see how Thiago is as a player.
As a player, yeah. Thiago, he was injured most of the good chunk of the season as well.
And I had to listen to all the jibes of he should.
Yeah, he's played. I thought he was playing that position.
Yeah,
he was asked to do like a.
He was asked to play in Fabinho's position.
And I'm like, he's not that player. Like,
no,
he's never been that fucking player.
I think our turning point was when Klopp knew he had no choice but to push Fabinho back in midfield.
Oh, he had to and just play whoever he could.
Put two kids at the back.
Yeah.
Fabinho into midfield with Thiago was brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. And then when we get Henderson back, I remember a good 8 years ago going, sell Henderson.
Yeah, get rid of Henderson. Yeah.
He's a donkey.
Yeah.
You know, looking at him now, the influence that he does, you know, did Robertson and Trent have a good season?
No, they went through spells they've had good spells, but I think they had not a great season.
But
it was alright.
And anyone that analyses football will say that they didn't have a great season.
Yeah.
But they only went backwards when Henderson was out injured.
Yeah.
What people don't realise is Henderson nearly plays in the whole of midfield position.
Shepherds them, yeah.
And if you ever watch back or even watch analysis of matches, when Trent or Robertson goes on the attack, Henderson slots into their positions.
Yeah, he'll fill the gap.
He fills the gap.
Yeah.
And he lets them get forward. He wasn't there this season. We don't have a player with the same mentality that'll do that and will run till their legs fall off.
Yeah.
Literally run till their legs fall off. So on that then, I think Henderson coming back, you'll see a different Trent next year. You'll see a different Robertson again next year.
Hopefully.
More assists, more goals.
I think there's loads of talk like who's Ox. Lots of talk of Ox getting sold. I like Ox. I don't want him sold. I know he gets injured sometimes, but when he's good, he's the only one that does what he does in that team. He's the only one. He thinks forward. Everything he does is forward. He might not be like running back, but everything he does, he thinks forward. He drives forward. His body's just fucking constantly going towards the goal. And
I think we'll keep him. I think we'll keep Ox, and plus he can dance up the stairs with his missus.
Yeah. He has to have like family. Like they can't upset the family now at this rate.
I think they'll keep him. I think they'll sell Shaqiri. Yeah, he's fatter than I am. If they keep him, I'm signing up.
I think they're going to bring in Elliot to replace him.
I think Elliot will be straight back in. He's had a cracking season at Blackburn. I think we'll go out to buy a striker this summer. If we don't, there's something wrong. I don't think we'll see Bobby Firmino up front as much as we did
next season.
I think we'll pull him back in the midfield.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him playing in that false 10.
That false 10, I think he does that well. Yeah.
And still have the attackers up front. So I think Bobby, for what he brings to the team, his running, his expertise, and his tackling, his presence.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have a crack in midfield next year without injuries. I think it's going to bring him back Van Dijk, bring him back Gomez, bring him back some of those players that are injured, like new signings.
100%.
Without sounding.
Well, no, it is like you lose the two main defenders. You have an upset season of people getting COVID. Mane hasn't been the same since he got COVID.
Yeah,
people say, oh man, he's lost his form, but Mane had fucking COVID and he's been fucking in bits trying to work back together. Like
he's been stroppy as well, you know.
Yeah.
With that being said, you say Mane didn't have a great season.
Yeah.
11, 12 goals.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah. From he hasn't played every single game. He's been out for a little bit of the season. Salah didn't score enough goals this season, yet he was second with 22 goals in the Premier League. So that's what he probably has 25 in overall.
I think there was 30 goals total in all competitions for last season.
Do you know, 30 goals?
I just think the way I see it is that he is greedy.
Oh yeah, he's 100% greedy.
He's like how many he could have made an extra 15 goals this season, 20 goals.
Yeah, he could with little side passes.
I think that he'll never change.
No.
I wouldn't sell him.
I wouldn't sell him.
I'd love to see somebody like Haaland coming in.
They won't buy him.
I'd love to see it though.
I'd love to see it, but like I've been working out in my head. It's just the way they work. Like if Liverpool Michael Edwards or whatever, if they had they knew they needed defenders in like the first day of January, and they waited until the last day, and we lost any position or stronghold we had in that month. We lost it, and we knew we needed it, and we knew we were losing it within that month. But we still, from a business perspective, we didn't sign anything because they wanted to wait until the last day to get a better deal.
And would you say that was the club, or would you say it was Klopp?
That's the club.
It'd have to be.
It's the club. Their money.
I also think that with Klopp, I think if Klopp wants a player, they'll go all out to get it. And I think Klopp, if it was 150 for Haaland or 200, I think Klopp would sell 4 or 5 players.
He might sell something. He'll sell them, but that was always the problem. That's always been the problem. Like you looked at 1 or 2 injuries. Look at our bench. It's fucking shocking.
Yeah.
Do you know we need to build?
We've got Origi.
He's fucking gone as well, isn't he? He hasn't played again since Christmas.
He reminds me of Emil Heskey. I think Origi will be gone. I think Shaqiri will be gone. I think we'll keep Ox. I can see Joel Matip being sold. I can see.
See a chunk of
I can see Reece Williams being sent out on loan.
Yeah, he has to go.
Adrian, I think, will be sold.
Yeah.
And
if he doesn't stay on for
leave a place for young Keith Callagher. And he's after getting called into the Ireland team.
He needs to be
this week.
Was it Randolph as the main keeper?
Yeah, Randolph's the number 1.
But Kelleher's playing Champions League football. Has a couple of clean sheets this year alone.
He's injured though towards the end of the season. Again with the international team, we got Danny Mandrew from Rovers after getting his international call up this week after scoring a couple of goals, so that's great for League of Ireland.
Yeah.
So it goes to show you a little bit of form in League of Ireland.
The Irish team, what are they playing? Friendlies?
Playing friendlies, playing Andorra now. It's supposed to be on the 4th of June.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be in Andorra, but due to restrictions now they're going somewhere else.
See the way the Euros are taken away from Dublin as well.
Yeah, that's bad. It's bad, but at the same time, without going,
we're not in it.
The political route. Our government was never going to allow it to happen because it would have cost us more money.
Yeah.
It would have cost us as an economy.
Yeah.
Money to host it.
Because we can't even have fans in the fucking thing.
So if it was a case that we could have had fans and even 10,000 fans,
it's still not going to cover it.
It's not going to cover it.
No, it's not going to
cover it. And then where do you get the finances for it? Where do you hospitality sector still all closed?
Yeah, it's all
Hotels still closed. I've got staff who've tried to go away for a weekend.
Yeah.
That hotels aren't even accepting locals, or like you or I couldn't go away with a letter from our employer to say, listen, that person's working in this shop down there. If you need a letter, let me know and I'll sort you out. Yeah, if we get you into any of those hotels.
Yeah.
Look at the hospitality sector until that's opened up again. I think it'll be July.
I see. The thing is, like, I was having this conversation with my girlfriend a couple of weeks ago as well. It's like, I don't know what it is with we give no incentive to stay in Ireland.
No,
we overprice Irish people, and I know it's to attract tourism. The Americans, the American lads fly over and they spend a bomb because it's Ireland and whip-de-doo.
Yeah,
but
bring home some shamrock.
But you know what I mean? That's sort of shite. But no one in Ireland is going to go to, let's say, Galway or Sligo. They're not going to go to Galway or Sligo at the same rate of they could go for 4 days to Spain.
Yeah. No.
Do you know what I mean? You stay in Dublin for 2 nights and it costs you literally 3 days in Spain. I'd
love to go and do a camper van. A camper van and just drive around Ireland for a week or two. And I priced it there a couple of weeks ago, and it's just on the back of what you were saying there. When I priced it, they were looking for 1,800 for a week.
Yeah.
To rent a camper van.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
I'll pitch a tent to walk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You literally fill up your car.
But once the vaccines roll out, once everyone gets their vaccine, you or I will be another bit of time before going for it. I think
we'll be getting petty flus or some shit.
If I get a choice, I want the Pfizer vaccine.
Oh yeah, I don't want. Yeah, they've pulled away half of them. That's it.
It's not even Pfizer makes Viagra. Anything that can raise it. Anything that can raise the dead can save the living. Yeah. So I think that's going to be important.
Yeah.
So that's the one I'll go for.
And it's the most proven one, 95% compared to the 60 something %. I don't know why they haven't given. It's company stuff, but I don't understand why Pfizer just haven't given the formula to every other company, a global thing. This shit needs to get done.
Come here, they're small doses.
Yeah. Right?
Send them to all the pubs in Ireland.
Yeah.
Open the pubs for a weekend.
Yeah.
By fucking Monday morning, the whole country be vaccinated.
We done.
Kids and all.
They don't work with excessive amounts of alcohol. That's where I was, fair enough. Been checking the vodka.
Yeah, that's it. And apart from that, what else do I do? I coach an under 10s football team.
Up here?
East Meath United's under 10s.
Oh, right, sure.
We went 2 seasons before lockdown unbeaten. We come back. We come back then into the 3rd season.
Yeah.
We done the right thing in terms of COVID-19 restrictions. Didn't take everything away. Done a little bit of online stuff, but the kids got bored.
Are the kids back now?
They're back now, yeah.
How are they finding
back now? Loving it. They're only back allowed to play contact football in the last 2 weeks. It was all non-contact.
What's non-contact?
So we weren't allowed to tackle each other. We weren't allowed to tackle each other at all. So we're not allowed to play competitive football.
So they just run up and down the grass?
Yeah, drills and ball work exercises and stuff like that. We devised, me and Gary and Derek, we do 3 coaches with our group. Our kids play for the teams, obviously. So we devised drills where they could have matches, but it was all about positioning as opposed to anything else. So it was pass, move, try and get them into that sort of thing. Yeah. It's good. I love it. I love going out on a Tuesday night with the kids and running the shit out of them. Yeah. I'll join in some of the matches, make myself look good. I'm great against 10-year-olds.
And I suppose when everything does kick off, and you're going to have obviously a busy schedule, like with working and coaching, and then if you're going to be running the mental health division in your work, do you see yourself doing any gigs?
I'd like to. Yeah. I have 100 stories I could tell you from growing up. 100 stories. I'll give you one for an example of that. If I did gig, I'll definitely tell. If you know my mother as my name was Robbie Somers. Yeah. Lo and behold, my mother's name is Anne. Do the maths. Imagine what she was in like work answering the phone. Hello, Anne Somers speaking. The Anne Somers? No, it's not the Anne Somers. So, Mum was not the tallest woman. She's quite a small woman, Yeah. I remember years ago, my brother Michael getting brought home in the back of a Garda car. All right. And Mum come to the door. The guard knocked on the front door. Michael's in the back of the car, and she could see him. And she was heavy set at the time. Mum was. I don't think she might be saying that. She was heavy set at the time. And the guard knocked out. She said, "Hello, Mrs. Somers." She says, "We've got your son Michael in the back of the car." She says, "I'll kill him." She didn't even greet. "I'll fucking kill him." So he says, "No." He says, "Listen, it's all right. They were robbing pallets from behind the pub for the bonfire, but we wanted to give him a little fright. Did it? Yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill him," she said. So she went down, walked down the garden, and the guards kind of waddling along behind her. "Oh, Mrs. Somers, no, it's okay. We just want to frighten him." She went around to the far side of the car. She opened the door of the guard car to climb into the back seat to get him. Yeah. The guard opened the other side. Michael jumped out of the car. Yeah. And he jumped the fucking wall. Yeah. And he took the stairs 2 at a time. My mother went round the guard car faster than I'd ever seen anyone move. She was like, she took the wall. Didn't touch the wall. Yeah. This woman is fucking 4 foot nothing. Yeah. And the wall was 3'9". Yeah. Straight out of the wall. And she's running in the door. Now, mothers have a sixth sense. Mothers have a sixth sense. She's running in the door, knowing where, all the measurements are bang on, looking backwards. Now, she was doing the full exercise, looking backwards at the guard, going, "Don't ever enter my property." Yeah. While chasing Michael that way. So she was looking that way. Yeah. She's chasing Michael that way. I'm going to fucking kill him, and there's nothing you can do about it. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Have you ever seen somebody 4 foot nothing jumping a 3 foot wall without touching it, and the guard chasing, "Mrs. Somers, please, Mrs. Somers, no, you don't have a warrant, don't come in, I'm going to kill him. Wait till he's dead." It was the funniest thing I'll ever see. But thinking back on it now and talking about like things growing up and stuff like that, it's definitely one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Yeah. Visually. Yeah. And then I suppose with acting now and being on a stage, you can nearly do the movements
and show yourself, which you can do, absolutely. And so, I suppose you would have loads of story, like I know myself, old Laytown and stuff like that. You would have been around with like Laytown was like a cowboy land at one point. It was good. Yeah, so it was a good bit of crack.
When I moved down here first, I was the new fella from Dublin, and I think I was one of the first few dubs that moved down. Yeah, it would have been. We, as a family, we were one of the first few, and I got a little bit of heat over that as well. Double jacket in.
I was a fucking black and tan at one point.
But that was tough. You know, that was tough coming down into, but again, it was enjoyable as well because I kind of, my mother hated me, come to think of it. She sent me on that bus. Do you remember the bus that brought you swimming to Garmanstown?
Oh, that thing, yeah. Kevin. Was it?
Kevin.
Was it Kevin?
She sent me on Kevin's bus. I was fucking 15 moving down here. I was going on the bus. I was going on a bus with 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, I remember going on the bus and you know, driving past the windows and I could see the lads and kind of going, afraid to be seen. He brought to Garmanstown and told the diving board. Now thinking back, and the diving board was touching the ceiling. I went to see it now. It's down here. You know, and then coming home with my head between my legs like that, just so no one see me. Just
the main thing is, did you get a medal?
No,
for fuck's sake, even I got a medal.
Did you get a medal? Whose lap did you sit on? Is that what they call it? Is it a medal?
The medal, yeah.
Medal of honour.
Kicking your legs in the back. Go on, stop it.
And then I was lucky enough to go on Wally's bus into Drogheda for school as well.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, Janie Mac, that was an adventure. That was an adventure. That's where I first met Lisa, my wife.
Yeah.
On the bus.
You were on school together, would you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, around like
now when I say first met my wife, she bullied me. So she sat down in the back of the bus and she wasn't a morning person. Wasn't a morning person. But she used to bully me. She used to roar at me, "Somers, shut up!" I wasn't as quiet back then, and I wasn't as quiet as I am now. You know, but,
you're a fucking angel now, yeah.
Morning person. She threw things at me. She bullied me. She slapped me.
Do we need to write this down? Is that what it is?
Possibly. Do you know what? Knowing that this is all on video, you know, if anything ever happens to me. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And then I was in the Coast Avon one night and she wouldn't leave me alone. She followed me around all night.
That's always the same, isn't it? It's always the same.
Me out there trying to mind me on business and a few beers and she stopped, you know. She just joined the queue. Yeah. You know, but she collared me in the toilets like everyone else.
No, good.
But, I'd like to think that once everything settles back down, places start to reopen, I'll definitely go back into it. I was unlucky enough that I had a diary, a book that I had wrote a whole book of all my stories and stuff like that. I'd spent probably a year while Dad was unwell. Dad had told me 101 stories as well. And I was unlucky enough that I lent my car to a friend of mine Halloween 2 years gone when I went off to London to bring Saoirse to the Phantom of the Opera.
Alright, yeah.
He rang me at 6 o'clock in the morning and said the car was being burned out in his garden. And my book was in it, so need to get back into writing it again.
Just getting writing back down.
Finding the time to write as well, because Dad had wrote something and he made an effort to write in the book a little bit. My dad writing was terrible, you know, spell cat. You know, but I'll definitely get back into it. I've a lot of stories that I could tell off the top of my head.
There you go.
There's a lot of stories that and I'll keep going with the skits and giggles as often as I can.
Dude, that's the main thing. Well, thanks for sitting down with me today.
Well, enjoy it.
Best of luck with the gigs, and Mr. Dale, skits and giggles, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.